Oh my god. Hmm? What? Come here, you goofball. Get over here. Get over here. Excuse. Oh, it started. It did start. Now get over there. Me? You get over here. Oh my god. Alright, hey guys, this is MD865. My friend can't believe I'm doing this rant right now. Cause he's like, you're so salty about other things, why are you doing this? I'm doing this. You know, how long are you gonna be here? How? Yeah, yeah, go ahead. I'll be done in a little bit. This is MD865, and, sorry about that. Oh, God. I was trying to get my friend to be in this video, and, well, no. Obviously, that didn't work. But, well, I fucking die. Yeah. I'm salty about a lot of things right now. Not just the main thing I'll be talking about. There's certain personal things, there are certain other things I'm very salty and very pissed about. But, I figured, what better thing to do when that's the case than rant about this? Right? Right. Because, to be honest with you, fine people of YouTube, like I said, I'm salty about a myriad of things. Some personal, and again, the main one being what did I make a video on about a week or so, week and a half back now? That's right, it was Aegislash getting suspected, right? Okay, people haven't been paying attention to that. Yesterday, it was announced, and I think it was even around, I'm not sure if many things had it. I know Pokemon Online's so behind, though, God knows. I mean, I don't know if they have it, if it's banned there, but I doubt it. But Showdown had Aegislash banned. It's in Ubers. It's good. Said no one ever. I literally do not understand. And for something or someone to render me speechless is impressive, because I can talk quite a bit, and I wouldn't make the videos if I couldn't. And the thing is, the fact he was banned, people don't realize what this does. And I guess the main logic behind this, if anyone hasn't seen it, was the fact that it creates a lot of 50-50 scenarios. Now, if you're going to whine about 50-50 scenarios, don't play the goddamn game. Okay? Pokemon, part of the game of Pokemon, I should say, is a prediction game. You can't play that game. Don't bother. I'm sorry to sound kind of harsh, but that's the truth. Also sound dickish, but it's the truth. And while, plus, like I said, I'm in a salty mood about other things, so don't let this believe all this salt is solely, I'm transferring some of it, because if I don't, there are certain things that certain people need to hear, and if they don't, I'm just pretty much going to implode, because I'm a little bit annoyed that people are so inconsiderate and so self-centered, and so just do whatever the fuck they think is good for them. It pisses me off, to put it very mildly. And if it doesn't piss other people off, I don't know. I don't know what people you hang around who are so selfless. If anyone knows any people like that who are actually still selfless, wow, refer them to me, please. I would love to meet them, because honestly, people can be really dickish. Especially not to give too much away about myself, but I try and typically give, like, to people. Like, I try and be nice and be generous, whatever. But when people push me to a certain point, if I ever get annoyed enough about it, you won't like what comes out of my mouth. At all. Anyway, back to the Steel Ghost frickin' blade shield thing that everyone said, oh, let's ban it. Okay. Now, this is just, and again, I said this twice already, I think, probably, but this is a disclaimer, once again. And again, I'm kind of tired. I just woke up a little while ago. I didn't sleep that well, so I'm a little bit salty about a lot of things, like I said. So, no one take everything I say too seriously, because right now I'm a little bit, yeah. Except stuff about Aegislash. Take that very seriously, because that pisses me the hell off. Again, people said create 50-50 scenarios too much. It's like, because of King's Shield, which is a move that protects it from attacks coming at it for, like, one time. Hello, the game of Pokemon is a game of 50-50s a lot of the time. It can be. And you're going to axe this one Pokemon who actually, and the fact that people, if people were actually moaning and bitching about it, the fact is this. Remember, knockoff, while still on a lot of Pokemon that could learn it, wasn't nearly as used as much when they would use an attack for fear of Aegislash's King's Shield when it was out. So, like, that's not in itself metagame breaking. What's metagame breaking is that now, knockoff, I mean, they can basically go unpunished unless someone has, like, you know, an Intimidator, and that only lowers your attack once. Then you switch out and it's nullified. I mean, the same thing can be said of King's Shield and its effect, but it lowers your attack by 2. It's a double friggin' Intimidate. And the fact is, it really could tear a lot of Pokemon down to size. Like Conkeldur's massive attack stat didn't look so massive if someone mispredicted with King's Shield. It didn't look so terrifying for something else to face. Even a Landorus could take an Ice Punch after a -3 reasonably well, probably with like 50% left. It's not gonna, I mean, that's what baffles me. And the same thing goes for Landorus T itself. Landorus T is not going to look so intimidating with that massive 145 attack, which even uninvested you reach over 300, a little over 300. That's not going to look so intimidating when you're minus frickin' 2. So I mean, the only things that could get around that really were like maybe a random Defiant Thundurus I that is, because Thundurus T gets Volt Absorb. Bisharp, because obviously he's rampant and he gets Defiant, so he would just get +2. Other than that, there's not many knockoff users who could actually abuse King's Shield to their advantage. Usually it was to your detriment. In fact, people were like, well, I bet some people, and this is just a guess, I didn't see this anywhere yet, but people were probably like, oh, but it can be so unpredictable. Unpredictable. The thing runs like 2 or 3 damn sets. The typical set was Shadow Ball, Shadow Sneak, then either Iron Head or Sacred Sword, and King's Shield. That was the typical, one of the most typical sets as of late. And then, even more recent, has been the Toxic style set with Toxic, Sub, King's Shield, Substitute, which protects you from damage, for those who don't know what I just abbreviated, Toxic, which badly poisons something, King's Shield, and Shadow Ball. And then finally the standard SD set that everyone started with, which was Swords Dance, to boost your attack nice and high, Shadow Sneak, Sacred Sword, and probably Shadow Claw, or maybe Iron Head. And people are saying you can fucking ban this. It's like a Mew, for God's sake. Once you know what set it's running, it's easy to check or counter. It's not that hard, because you're most likely to have one thing or another that can counter one of those sets on your team. Rotom Wash with Willow. This SD set's done. It's done for. The Subtoxic set, I honestly thought was a joke. It was a little hard to predict, yes. It could be if your opponent knew what they were doing, but most bulky Heatran shut that set down. Heatran just laughed at that. Heatran was like, you're trying to damage me. That's very cute. It doesn't work. Because you can't wear it down with Toxic. And you're probably not that special attack invested. I believe that set was specially defensive, from what I recall. And the mix set was handled by like AV Conkeldurr. Even AV Goodra could handle it. Like, there were a lot of prominent or decent Assault Vest users who could handle the Shadow Ball, Shadow Sneak, Sacred Sword or Iron Head, and King's Shield set. There were plenty. Even Bisharp. If it had Iron Head instead of Sacred Sword, Bisharp didn't fear that thing one bit. Like, what? I'm beyond. Like, I don't understand anything. And even people, look up Mandibuzz. Look how much defense and special defense it has. Tell me it doesn't check this stupid blade. Tell me it doesn't. Because if you say it doesn't, you're lying. Yes, if they somehow magically predict a roost, whoop-de-frickin-do, and Sacred Sword you, it'll do like almost 60%. Who cares? You're roosted off again. And eventually they'll over-predict or mispredict, most likely, because most people are just like that. Unless they're really, really, really experienced. But a lot of people tend to be like that, even higher parts of the ladder. I mean, I myself, not to toot my own horn, I'm reasonably high. I'm in the 1700s, so. But it's like, I'm dumbfounded. Like, even a set that recently came into more usage is actually Specially Defensive Gliscor, which ran, I believe it was in the ballpark of like the 160s in special defense, max HP, and the rest in speed. With his stock physical bulk, you have enough to take Aegislash's physical moves. With the special defense EVs, you have enough to take Shadow Balls. And then after you take one Shadow Ball, you Oko back with Earthquake. Maybe even Knockoff if you have that. I don't even understand. There's no logic to banning it. There's none. I just... 50-50s. Well, now, people moan about 50-50s. What I find ironic, what I have a feeling is going to happen, people are going to start saying, Mega Gardevoir is so overpowered now, oh my god. You know why? Because you banned one, I was thinking about this last night, you banned one and only freaking full-out counters to it. Because Aegislash switched into either stab pretty much all day, because it's in shield form, obviously. You could take a Focus Miss, obviously, because you're immune to it. Shadow Ball would only do, I think it's, I didn't run a calc, but I'm guessing in the 40s, maybe half if they get a max damage roll. But even then, unless they roll max twice, you're not going to die. And Shadow Claw is going to get rid of Gardevoir, or Shadow Ball probably too. Or Iron Head. I don't. Like, Mega Gardevoir, and to an extent Mega Medicham, are going to run rampant. They will. Take me at my word, they will. Because people can doubt that they want. I had a team on Showdown. And I had an Aegislash named I'm Too Good. It lived up to that very well, because it's now Uber. Therefore, I cannot be too entirely off the mark. The only real answers to Medicham now are things that can revenge it, probably. You're not much going to switch into that damn thing. Like Aegislash could. Obviously, high jump kick, cycle cutters, and headbutt, whatever, ice punch, whatever, fake out, whatever, bullet punch, whatever. It didn't care about anything, other than maybe fire punch randomly. And basically, you would have to rely on something like Talonflame now, this guy's evolution, to actually to kill the damn yoga thing, the weird, the mega, whatever the hell Medicham's supposed to be. You to get rid of it. I mean, you can't. Mega Medicham is just no. Mega Gardevoir was even more annoying because unless Talonflame's Brave Bird has to be choice banded to kill Mega Gardevoir at full health. So, and you're not switching into a Hyper Voice or Psyshock too easily. Because Talonflame is far from bulky. So, some people who, moaned and complained about Aegislash, fine. Have it your way. But guess what? Inevitably, when it comes right down to it, what's going to end up happening, like I said, those two will likely spike in usage, as Talonflame may too, as will several other things. I will... Probably, and then the other people will say, well, there are other stuff to make Gardevoir too. Can't Bisharp stop it? And I swear I once saw someone or heard someone say that, and I'm just like, no, it can't, because Bisharp can't eat a Hyper Voice. It's part Dark type. At all. I think after one round of Life Orb, it's just one-shotted. Because Sucker Punch from full does not kill Meggardy, and then Hyper Voice just crushes Bisharp right back. I guess Gardevoir's that bad of a singer. Anyway. The only now stops, in my mind, of Mega Gardevoir. There are two of them. One of them's a very prominent steel type, so I won't say him. People should know him. The other one is Scissor or Mega Scissor. Those are the only... And then there's one other one which I'm keeping top secret, because that's my set. In my mind, it's my set. I only seen one other person use it. Like, I did take it from a YouTuber, but... So, it's his set first, but I think sort of... Because if people start catching on to this, I'll give him full credit for giving me the idea, but... To be honest with you guys... I've been using a lot more than him. He used it in, I think, one session, and then he stopped. So... Like, it's really good. It's a real unexpected mon. I don't see a lot of it in OU at all anymore, which is really great. So I'm not going to give it away. Anyone wants to know it, just, like, I don't know, PM me for it or something. I'll tell you. And I'll tell you who gave it to me, too. In case anyone wants to subscribe to him or whatever. Because he's a really good YouTuber. He's a really good battler, actually. But, like I said, Scissor, Mega Scissor. The other one's a very well-known OU steel type. I shouldn't have to say his name. Then the other one's rather unexpected, but really good stop to Mega Gardy. Oh my god. And because unlike the other two, it doesn't, if Gardy randomly has HP Fire, it doesn't crawl in a corner of fear. It just doesn't. It can eat an HP Fire too and not be like, it burns. No. It actually takes one and kind of like, and no, it's not Heatran, probably people thinking that. It's not Tran either. Oh, Tran actually is one that I think about. I forgot about Tran for whatever reason when it came to steals. Tran, Scissor, Mega Scissor, the other one I mentioned, and then the random one. So technically 5, because I'm counting the Scissors as 2 different entities, because Banded, Scissor, Bullet Punch obviously just decimates Gardevoir easily. It might even... after a little bit of damage, like 20%, it might one-shot Mega Medicham too. I don't know. But you're not switching to high jump kick like ever. Even Mega Scissor fears that high jump kick does like 75% to Mega Scissor. But so those guys are really the only ways. I mean, Gardevoir it's gonna run train, I think, a lot now, especially if it's counters and checks. Well, few counters and a couple checks are removed. It's just not gonna be fun. And then I had someone say Gengar to me, which was absolutely comedic, because Gengar is about as bulky as, well, as this Yu-Gi-Oh card. He's about as bulky as this. Like, you could just shred him, and he would just... No comprende. But, I'm like, to the guy who said this to me, I'm like, dude, he's not taking a Hyper Voice. Even though he resists it. He's definitely not taking a Psyshock Psychic. He's not taking a Shadow Ball. And if Hidden Power Fire crits, that might even kill it. So, it probably wouldn't. Hidden Power is so weak, but still. It probably did like 75%. Like, so. But yeah, it does upset me a little bit, in case it's not obvious by now that Aegislash was banned, which it's just, Deoxys forms I could kind of understand. They were a bit, Deoxys Speed with Life Orb could be a bit OP. It really could be. Deoxys Defense was one of the most impossible things to get rid of if it was played right. The same thing goes for Mew. Like, even like Mew, Deoxys Defense reminds me of Mew, but with less offensive presence. Like, Mew can be really difficult to get rid of, almost more difficult than Deoxys D, actually, in my experience. But maybe it's because I don't know how to play around Mew yet, even though I've used one myself quite a bit. But the point is, the Deoxys forms, I think, were more understandable bans than... Well, just wait to see if Aegislash moves back down. I mean, Nubers, he's not going to... He'll be able to handle the Deoxys forms to an extent. He'll be able to handle Xerneas. He'll be able to handle Lugia, unless, like, Calm Mind with, like, Thunderbolt randomly or something. But in that case, you have Shadow Claw, so you probably win anyway, because you're much slower. There isn't really much else he can get rid of. I mean... I guess after Rocks, maybe, if you critted a Kyogre with a max attack Shadow Claw, that might come close to killing. It probably would, but if it doesn't get rid of it, who cares? Like, it's just underwhelming. I mean, Ubers are bulky as hell. A lot of them are slow as hell, but all of them are bulky. So it's like, I don't follow Smokin's logic entirely or who voted for it, but you know what? Can I do? Not much now. So... But like I said, if any other salt reflected about some life stuff going on, I apologize, because I kind of was a bit more salty than normal. But really, that Aegislash, anyone who agrees with me will probably empathize with how I feel, because it's rather irksome. I was talking with someone last night on stream about this, with Gargleflop, or Second, whatever people know him as. He agreed with the Mandibuzz and the Gliscor. Like, there are too many ways to... People just didn't want to... And he put it very well. People don't want to think around the damn thing. Like, think around it. You don't need to put a little bit of brain power, but more than 10% of your brain into it, and you'll be fine. Like, now I sound really... But that, again, is more, I think, reflecting through, stuff, so... I won't disclose what the stuff is, because my buddy's here, and he'll be back soon, I'm sure. It doesn't involve him, though. But he says he's funny. Oh, man. Oh, God. Such a goofball. The guy really is a fucking big goofball. I was trying to get him this video. I love him anyway. He's a freaking goofball. Smoking a bunch of idiots. Oh, my Lord. Anyway. I don't know. I can't be mad at the actual Smoking site. The actual Smoking site's really... It's a good website. It's just... People who voted for it, I wonder what you were smoking. I'm sorry. I mean, honestly, at least I have an excuse for my sort of, like, some life stuff's going on for me. Like, I just woke up. I have excuses. I don't know what, and reasons. I don't know what reasons Did you get beat by one too many Aegislash? I don't understand. Like, and here's the deal. There was a surprise, and this is, I literally called it my surprise set, because this is what it was, because no one saw it, like, ever coming, until it was too late. It had King Shield, Shadow Ball, Iron Head, and the icing on the cake, not this standard BS of like Shadow Sneak or whatever, or anything else. Not anything like that. It had Hidden Power Ice. Now, can you imagine an opponent's face when their Garchomp got one-shotted by my Aegislash? It was very amusing. They thought they'd get up a nice free Stealth Rock. Nope. Screw you, Garchomp. Screw you. I'll miss that set, because that set's not really viable in Ubers at all. But, oh well. I mean, I suppose if a Rayquaza wouldn't be like Choice Banded V-Create or something, or Choice Banded Earthquake, you could potentially do that, but even then. Just trying to risk living that even in Shield form is a little bit of a gamble. I mean, that thing has the base attack stats that Aegislash has defenses in Shield form, so that's kind of like a chancy little game, but whatever. So yeah, I don't know. But, so yeah, guys. But it got the Banhammer, and that's all there is. Hopefully it comes back. Anyway, I'll probably go see what my friend is up to now. Maybe he left to do something. I'm not sure where he went to. But anyway, I am itchy as sin. Oh, stupid neck. Anyway, this is MD865, and I am pretty much out of here. Like I said, guys, which is funny, around the Showdown like chat yesterday, a few of the chats, I saw free Asia, that hashtag free Asia or whatever, and I'm just like, some people get it. Some people actually understand that it's stupid. Oh well, let's hope the rest of the people eventually understand that. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, pretty much out of here, and yeah, look out for them Mega Medis and Mega Guardies if you play OU, because they'll be coming out of the woodwork. I'm out of here. Bye, guys. I am so disgusted.